What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. I told you yesterday that Mark Carney, of course, is now our next Prime Minister of Canada, or at least titled as the next Prime Minister of Canada. Of course, he will be running against Pierre Poilievre in the next federal election, whenever that may be. Again, you'll have to forgive that I pre-record these videos. So if by chance, in 1,000,000-to-1 history that Mark Carney announced during his leadership run, or at least his installment of being leader, that he was calling an election. Please forgive me if I've missed that in this video. I doubt it. But as we pack to move, I have to pre-film videos, so please forgive me. I want to get into something that's being very important because I said bad things were coming. We've seen censorship in the past. We've talked about the censorship that comes forward from Justin Trudeau's now dead bills from proroguing Parliament. But it's important to note that while we've seen, again, the trade war looming with Donald Trump, and again, it's been pushed back for another month. Trump knows that he's helping the Liberals stay in power. In fact, he tweeted out about it again, claiming that he realizes this is all for Justin Trudeau to stay in power. Well, one of the things that's creeped up in the last month or so is people like Jagmeet Singh and Crystia Freeland picking fights with ex-owner Elon Musk. They don't like Elon's Musk. In fact, they can't stand him. It's really funny and hypocritical coming from a government that pushed for green energy, green vehicles, electric vehicles, now saying that they want to put 100% tariffs on Elon Musk. It has nothing to do with the environment, folks. It has to do with their personal positions. And Elon Musk making X or Twitter a open platform, or at least as open as it can be, now going under heavy scrutiny to be canceled in Canada. We've heard in many other countries, X has been banned. We've heard that even as Donald Trump was becoming president, TikTok was banned in the United States. I know that things have changed, but banning social media, banning people's freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom of information is going to drastically downgrade this country. The censorship is in full effect, and we've seen it at Mark Carney's events prior to his installment as Prime Minister. I'm going to show that. First, I want to highlight a video that came out from Michelle Rempel-Garner. Again, I've reached out to her office. I'm hoping to get her on the channel soon so that we can talk about this to greater extent. But here we go. Liberals are hitting this post with community notes, says the pleb, to hide their evil agenda. Canadians deserve to know what your plan is for X in the future. This has been confirmed by Michelle Rempel-Garner. Let's hear what she had to say.
Big examples of what they're proposing to do and something that they're already doing. So a couple of weeks ago, a very senior Liberal, he made this comment. He said, the federal government must make sure that they don't screw the thing up and make sure that we aren't denied our rightful place to make our own choices in the next election. What was he talking about? The platform X. He was saying that X should be banned in Canada. And that's becoming more and more of a topic of conversation among Liberals. They're saying that an entire social media platform should be banned. And when you listen to that quote, what are they trying to say? They're worried that social media platforms that allow for discourse to happen will be banned so that they can have more control of the message. No.
So they want more control of the message. What message? Their message. Now, this is why I said on Friday's stream, which, by the way, if you haven't joined us yet for Friday Night Fringe, myself and my beautiful wife, Mrs. Fringe, hit that subscribe button, hit your bell, join us live every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. I was talking on this recent live stream about why it's so detrimental that Pierre's PR people switch course and start getting Pierre on independent YouTube content creator platforms, whether it be this channel, The Pleb, Moose on the Loose, Elevate Podcast. There's so many to choose from out there. I think that this is a time where we have to get behind Pierre and push that message out even further. As somebody affluent to marketing, this is Pierre's opportunity to start pushing against censorship, to say, I don't want these voices silenced. I don't want social media silenced. Again, people running for office should be looking at social media platforms and how it helps get news out there that mainstream media paid by the government refuses to put out in their propaganda network. I think it's a divine opportunity for Pierre to change the way things are headed. and get the word out. I think, again, I've reached out to his people. I've reached out to his assistant. I'm hoping to hear back. Again, I'll be recommending certain YouTube platforms for them to go on. Hopefully they come on this one as well. I doubt it, because they've told me that they were keeping their arm's length from YouTubers. They're sticking to organizations like True North, things like that. Again, that's okay. They're allowed. But I think they're missing a real opportunity if they don't. If we want to know what the censorship is here, here's good old friend of the channel, Daisy Media, reporting out over the weekend at one of Mark Carney's rallies. This is escalating very quickly. The RCMP are patrolling the Mark Carney event, demanding people identify themselves and kicking them out even if they are invited or registered. So these are people who have the right to vote in the leadership race. Again, they've registered. They're not a member of any other party. They met the requirements, but they're being told to leave if they don't agree with the message. The RCMP also kicked out a number of independent journalists and denied entry entirely to a number of people. Why is the RCMP gatekeeping for unelected Mark Carney? Does this kind of behavior remind you of anything? This is where I'm saying nothing's changing. As Pierre says, just like Justin. This is what we're headed towards. Communism. Marxism. Look at the footage from what happened inside these rallies. Like, first off, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Why was Mark Carney getting RCMP detail before he's prime minister? Isn't he an outsider? I thought he was an outsider. Take a listen to this.
Yeah. Please, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What's your name?
Why?
your name?
Why are you asking?
I'm police. I'm RCMP. I'm covering this.
Oh,
this
okay.
for
Sorry.
reasons.
Am I doing something wrong?
I'm just asking. What's your name?
Where I'm registered.
This. Do you have invite with you?
I'm sorry?
It is only the invitation. Do you have the invite?
I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying this function is only by invite. Do you have?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I'm registered. Well, I have the stamp, and I register at the desk.
Sorry, I'm asking you a question.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So here, of course, over the booming music, the RCMP saying this is invite only. What are you doing here? Well, I'm registered. I registered at the desk. You can see others being asked to leave.
I'm at the Mark Carney event. Waiting for Mark Carney to come out. Oh, what happened? What did I do?
Now, here's one of the things. This police officer, this RCMP, she's been in a number of videos at a number of different events. So again, this is hired security for Mark Carney. These aren't just random RCMP officers. These are hand-picked RCMP officers that are doing the dirty deed for Mark Carney. Again, my question, why? He wasn't elected? Why are they pushing people out? It's only going to go, here we go. Let's keep it going.
I haven't done anything. I'm just standing here waiting for Mark to come out. But what did I do? I registered.
So I know a lot of people can't hear what's being said because of the loud music and, again, the lack of a microphone. But apparently this RCMP officer is saying you need to go. You need to get out. She's saying she's registered. She has the right to be there. Again, notice earlier on, the room doesn't look as packed as Mark Carney's AI-generated photos, does it?
sad.
So again, being escorted outside, having to leave.
I guess I'm being escorted out. Hi.
Again, that room doesn't look as packed as it did in Mark Carney's AI-generated photos. And keep in mind, she said she was waiting for Mark to come out. So this is right before things were about to start. Absolutely pathetic.
Okay. Okay.
Over there.
You're making me go around?
Over there.
I'm gonna go there.
Front over there.
The front doors. My vehicle's over there. Wow, this is what you get at a liberal function. I did nothing wrong. Look at all the sad liberals coming in. Unbelievable. I'm unwanted in here. I am unwanted. I just got escorted out. Yes, that's because.
So you can see Chris Dacey, you can see Alexa Lavoie, David Menzies standing outside as well. I mean, they're all pushed out. They're all told you can't come in. No freedom of the press. You're not allowed to cover Canadian politics.
Oh my God! Oh. I know. I didn't even get a chance to see him.
This is pathetic. This is what we've turned into, is a country that censors its people. And everybody says, oh, well, I didn't like the trucker convoy. I didn't like the honking that was going on in downtown Ottawa. I don't agree with everything. Of course, they should have used the Emergencies Acts on those people. You hear all the lefties getting mad at these things. And all I say to that is two wrongs don't make a right. You can't say that you live in a free country while you also censor those who speak up, who want to have a platform to get actual fact and news out there. Absolutely disgusting. So if anybody thinks that things are going to be better off with Mark Carney, again, even with those liberal numbers popping up, I've always said that it shocks me to great extent with everything that's happening, how easily some Canadians have been manipulated into believing they can just scurry back to the Liberals and support them because Orange Man bad. This is the reality that we face. This is the threat that we faced going into a next federal election. Is our gullible puppets going to be prepared to actually vote for common sense, or are they going to stick with what they know and bring in more censorship into this country and essentially take away Canadians' voices? Let me know what you think down below. If it's your first time here, I hope the video earned your subscription. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Again, turn on your bell for notifications. Join me live once again Friday nights for Friday Night Fringe, our live streaming show, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central here on the channel. With that said, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one.